Hello, everyone, and welcome to the contingency plan. Is there such a thing as an EMP? I will start this off by saying that this video is my personal opinion based on my own research into several subjects. The subject of an EMP has been in the media a lot lately. I believe the reason for this is simple. An EMP is supposed to take out all solid-state electronics. This would essentially, as a side effect, take out all forms of communication other than Pony Express and smoke signals, according to the experts. Once an EMP hit, in theory, there would be no way to inform the masses that it took place, so the logical thing to do is plant that seed in everyone's minds beforehand so that everyone will just assume that it was an EMP. I told friends several years ago, when the topic of EMPs came up, that there was nothing to worry about until the mainstream media and social media started pushing EMPs. The more people that knew what an EMP was, the more worried we should become. So back to the original question. Is there such a thing as an EMP? My answer is yes and no. More than likely that doesn't make a lot of sense to you right now. If you want to loosely define an EMP as an event that will take down the power grid, for example, then yes, EMPs exist. If, however, you define it as a result of a high-altitude nuclear bomb going off, then no, I do not believe that they exist. Without making this video too long to bother with, I will just state that I have looked into it extensively and have still not found one shred of evidence that proves to my satisfaction that nuclear bombs exist. I know what you're probably thinking. That's insane. Of course they exist. But do they? What are you basing that belief on, and how much time have you spent actually looking into the subject? And before you say, but Nagasaki and Hiroshima, don't. Those cities were no more nuked than you can fly by flapping your arms really fast. Whenever you mention that you do not believe nuclear bombs exist, people will actually get angry and almost react like they want them to exist, which is very odd when you think about it. Why would you want something that can allegedly turn you into ash in a heartbeat to exist with absolutely no evidence that it does? To me, that is a very bizarre way of going through life. Does this mean that there isn't some sort of EMP device designed to destroy electronics and take out the power grid? Of course not. In my opinion, there would have to be a shitload of them positioned just about everywhere, but such a thing could exist. It would be much easier to simply destroy the power grid and let people assume it was an EMP, but that also presents some problems. If it wasn't a device that does what they claim an EMP does, then automobiles would still work, and you could put batteries in devices that use both AC power and batteries, and they would suddenly work as well. So just shutting off or destroying the grid presents a problem. My guess as to what will happen, if anything actually ever does happen in regards to EMPs, is that only certain highly populated cities will be taken down, and the people will be told that the high-altitude nukes either weren't high enough or weren't large enough to affect the entire country. Having several major cities without power long enough would, however, cause horrible things to take place that the rest of us would then watch on television. They could then rally support from a majority of the country to go after whoever they say was responsible for the atrocities we are seeing on television. Sound familiar? Bottom line, I do not believe EMPs exist in the way that we have been told, but enough people could easily be fooled into thinking one or more went off and that someone needs to pay for it. Remember, the best way to control people is through fear. Thanks for watching, and feel free to subscribe to our Facebook group at the link below in the description. Peace.